Hi and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. I think I'm just gonna move the camera back a little bit like that. Perfect. Today we are going to be doing a general reading for the sign of Taurus. This is going to be Taurus, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs, as well as the cross watcher of the Taurian. And so we're just checking out the energies that Taurus is experiencing throughout this month of October and beyond. Remember, time is fluid, so this may have already happened. This may be happening right now. It may not happen yet. It also may not resonate at all. It is a general reading. So if it doesn't, check out your other sign placements as well. And take the aspects that do. You know, as they wisely say, take what you like and leave the rest. Right? This can be flipped to fit however it fits. It may be about you. It may be about a person of interest, vice versa, if there are more than one person that comes up in the reading. So swap it around, see how it feels. All right, Taurus, October 2020. All right, first card out is the Queen of Pentacles. Boom. That is an earth sign in all of its glory, a feminine earth sign. So that could very well be you, Taurus, and your energy. Ooh, and the King of Pentacles. Fascinating. So this is masculine earth sign energy. And then the Ten of Swords coming up as well. So this is very interesting. These are counterparts right here, right? The earth sign energy, the masculine and the feminine. And I'm loving how in these cards, they're both really, I mean, she is just completely at peace, right? She looks very confident. She looks very sure of herself. She's just kind of dangling this pentacle like, yeah, I know I got this. You know what I mean? And then in this, he is just balancing it on his knee with very much the same kind of feel to it, right? They're looking very pleased. They both look very pleased with themselves. And so for some, this is a balancing of your own masculine and feminine aspects of your nature. For others of you, this is coming into balance and unity and harmony with somebody who is an energetic match for you, who may be an earth sign as well, or may just embody that energy. And so earth sign would be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn type energy. And then we have the Ten of Swords. So this is a painful cycle, some sort of cycle that has ended, some sort of cycle that involved a lot of stress, especially mental stress. There was some sort of period where, if this is yourself, a period that you're coming out of within your own self. If this is with a partner, then this is the two of you have been through some sort of cycle that is finally ending that caused a lot of stress and anguish, and now you're looking pretty chill and pretty pleased, I do have to say. What else is coming out here? We have the Three of Wands, right? And so the waiting, some sort of cycle that was mentally painful, mentally challenging, that involved some sort of waiting game. And now we have the Empress here. The Empress, this is fertility. This is birth of a new cycle. For some, there may have been pregnancy or be pregnancy involved. But if this isn't an actual child, then this is just a fresh new cycle that's getting ready to begin. And a new cycle, right as I said that, I saw the Ace of Cups, a fresh new cycle in love that is getting ready to begin. So that is absolutely beautiful. Like, you guys, you are giving birth to a whole new cycle, a very fertile cycle of creativity, of passion, of romance. I'm just feeling like really good energy coming from this. Death, rebirth, yeah. A transformation that occurred. Something that ended that's now allowing something to begin. And that may have just been this painful cycle, right? This cycle of mental torment, it's sort of like, she's in both of these cards, she has her back to someone, right? And it's sort of like she's looking out toward distant horizons. And so this energy of almost like I just heard 1 foot out the door. This energy of having 1 foot out the door. Like that is wrapping up and that is transforming. And then on the bottom of the deck, we have Chariot. And then this Chariot card, he is, this is a movement card, right? In the original tarot, the Chariot isn't necessarily moving, but you can see this is swift and fast action. This is also can possibly indicate travel. It can indicate, it feels like, intentions that are manifesting very quickly. And I'm noticing how there's a black horse and there's a white horse. So again, with the duality, the two aspects of the self, right? And then the Knight of Wands, this is like passionate energy. This is creativity. This is all of that stuff that we talked about, right? Just incredible joy. I feel like for some of you guys, it was almost like a decision that was made as well. Like there was some sort of situation. It feels like almost with two parties, right? And this is coming through because we see the two horses here and then we see the one horse in the background now. And so for some people, I do feel like there was some situation where there was a third party involved. For whatever reason, this third party was involved. Whether it was, I mean, we had the Empress card with the pregnancy energy, right? We had just whatever, this cycle of inaction. Some reason there was some perhaps decision that needed to be made, and that decision's being made. And this is the Knight of Wands, is fire sign energy, right? Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. But it's that forward momentum, that passionate, hot and heavy kind of energy. And this joyful is what I'm feeling. From this card, I just feel joy, right? You don't even see, you just see and feel the joy. I almost said you don't even see two people, but I guess you do. You see the horse. You see her and the horse. Yeah. And then the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man, this is like a pause. This is a shift in perspective. This is, once again, she just looks super peaceful. I'm just feeling this energy of a lot of peace. Like moving out of the turmoil, moving out of the space of inaction into, like, there's a lot of forward momentum, momentous energy here as we're moving forward. And just a lot of intentions being manifested too. I mean, whenever I see this card in this deck, I see all of the designs down here in the water, right? It's like she's writing out, she's sending out these messages, setting these intentions, right? But from this very relaxed and detached place of not worrying so much about the results. It's just she has learned, this is that change in perspective, is learning how to become detached and learning how to surrender and allow things to be what they're going to be. And as soon as you guys were able to surrender into the flow of that, it brought around everything it was that you needed, right? Things were able to transpire the way that they were meant to when you were able to let go of this energy. This 10 of Swords, stressful, the 8 of Swords, the 9 of Swords energy, right? You were able to move into the 10, which is surrender, which is flow, which is closing out that cycle. Yeah, so that's really beautiful energy. I like that. And I don't know why, I'm feeling like I want to do a couple Weaver Tarot as well for you guys. Clear. Yeah, whatever this ending was, for some there's a resurrection of something as well. I'm feeling a resurrection energy, moving forward quickly as a result of this old cycle ending. And then we have here, we have the 5 of Coins, which would be like the 5 of Pentacles. I feel like letting go of all of that sadness, right? Because you see those hands, they're just like releasing everything. Like, here, you can have it. It's that energy of surrender again, like we said. And so if there are people who are still stuck in this part of the cycle, that's the key. That's how you move through it, is that surrender piece. That piece of just allowing the chips to fall where they may. Like, that's really what this feels like to me, is just allowing the chips to fall where they may. Understanding that we don't have control over everything, and it's okay to let go of control sometimes. And to accept whatever transpires, whatever the result is, I'm okay with that, and I will be okay. And then we have the 8 of Wands. So this is fast moving energy, right? This is communication. This is travel. This is intention, moving and manifesting quickly. So releasing, letting go, right? Letting the chips fall where they may, then puts this incredible new energy into this momentous energy into action. And then we have the Sovereign of Coins, which I believe is the King of Pentacles. Again, yes, this is either the king or the Queen of Pentacles, I believe. So here we are once again with the Queen of Pentacles coming up. And in this card, you can see it is a pentacle, but there's a rose in the middle of it, and there's two hands over each other. So once again, I'm feeling that manifested in the physical realm. This is also, I'm feeling this as the energy of nurturing, of building together, of creating something together, right? There's that energy of coming together with another and really rooting and making something. For some of you guys, this is like a commitment. This is like where there wasn't a commitment before and the energy was very wishy-washy and kind of out there in the ethers, like we said, sort of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Now it's like both feet firmly in. And right as I said that, I looked and the clock said 11:11. So for anyone likening this to a twin flame type situation, that may be confirmation for you guys. That was really interesting that my eyes fell upon that right at that moment. So it's releasing the attachment to any one outcome, right, is what it means by letting the chips fall where they may. And then that allows the space for miracles to happen. Any more cards? I feel like that might be it, but I wanted to just see what else was going to come out. And then we got the Queen of Wands and the Seeker of Cups, which would be like the Page of Cups, right? So this is that romantic energy again, right? That romantic and passionate, fiery approach. It's like a renewal of energy. It's like the Seeker of Cups is like that young, youthful kind of energy, right? That energy of that fresh new energy of excitement. Somebody, it's sort of like that sweet, shy kind of energy almost, right? And then, but the Queen of Wands is that really hot, magnetic, fiery, passionate kind of energy. So it's like, I feel like somebody approaching somebody with that youthful, it's like starting fresh, the energy of starting fresh with renewed passion and excitement. I love it. After possibly some sadness, we have the Five of Cups, right, which is sadness, defeat, crying over spilled milk, just anguish. And then the World, which is the ending. So it's like that major cycle closing out. And then enjoying the fruits of all the goodness of that cycle, closing out all the painful aspects and enjoying all the goodness. And you notice the two eyes there being illuminated, right? New vision, new perspective. I love it. All right. That is, I feel as though we're kind of just getting the same cards. If we keep going with this, we're going to continue to get the same reading. And so I don't really feel as though we need to do that. What I am going to do to get another, maybe a little bit of a different perspective here, is pull a couple mystical shaman oracle cards. See what else is going on for Taurus for the month of October. Besides, I feel like we pick up a lot of love energies when we do the tarot. It's really interesting. Or maybe that's just how I read the cards. I don't know. But that always seems to be a lot of what's going on when we pull the cards, interestingly enough. It just was like a strange thing that I've noticed. Taurus, October 2020. Whoa, okay. And so we have the Beloved, which is, once again, this card really signifies and makes me think of twin flame soulmate energy when I see it. But it is looking at everyone with that love, right? But it just, the Beloved always reminds me of that. And then we have the middle world. This is the physical reality. This is where we live right now. We have the upper world, which is the world of the angels, the spiritual world, our home, right? We have the lower world, which is the world of our ancestors, which is like the shadow realm. And then we have the middle world, which is the world that we live in right now, and how to move between those worlds to gather the wisdom, to gather the information, the knowledge. But what do we do when we gather that knowledge from above and below? We manifest it outwardly in this middle world that we are living in right now, and we manifest it always with love. And so I feel like this is almost the energy of someone who had to go to both the upper worlds and the lower worlds, right, within themselves, and through whatever means they had to do this in order to find their beloved, in order to reconnect to their beloved, right? They had to look into their own shadow, into the deepest aspects and wounds of their own heart, their deepest fears, and they had to kind of converse with the angels and with the forces above as well, with their guides, and get some guidance, and with their ancestors, to really heal their own hearts, and to be able to live from that place of love, from that place of oneness, and learning how to heal their heart and to be unified within, right? So we talk in the beginning about the balancing of our own masculine and feminine. As they learned how to become unified within, how to heal that heart, how to share that heart, they were able to bring that into this middle world, into this manifested reality. And they also had to learn how to see beyond the illusions. There's a lot of illusions. This is a card of, I feel like Taurus has really been going within and sifting through all of those aspects, those shadow aspects of the self that were blocking them from love, right? It's like a major heart chakra healing that's been going on for Taurus. And as that heart chakra is healed, it's really affecting in a positive way all of the ways that we experience abundance, and this is including abundance when it comes to love. Really looking at that mirror, understanding how everything that's reflected in the physical world is a mirror, right? And that mirror, what is being mirrored back? What exists within the heart. And so interestingly enough, I guess we went with the same theme here, right? And then we have the spiral. We have the spiral underneath, right? A deeper level of that healing. Taurus has been healing these aspects of the heart for a long time, these aspects of the mind, these aspects of feeling trapped, these feelings of indecisiveness, right? All of these different things that Taurus has been working through. And it's funny because Taurus isn't necessarily seen as an indecisive sign, but when we know what we want, we go after it full bore. But if we don't know, sometimes we can spend a lot of time in that middle area, right? Because we don't want to put the time and the effort into something if it's not worth it. And sometimes we just can't really make those decisions. So yes, indecisiveness for some has been something that's been working through and healed as well. It's like a deeper level of that spiral, right? We spiral out, we deal with it again on a much deeper and profound level, and then we cycle in again, and then out, and then in. It's everything in the universe is that spiral, right? And we also have the energy of sacrifice. And so this has been another lesson that Taurus has been dealing with or learning. And this has to do with sacrifice. What is worth sacrificing for, right? How can we find, this is sacrifice and service, how can we find that balance between not giving too little and not giving too much? And what is worth sacrificing for? What is worth making those hard decisions for, putting that effort into, right? It's like, and I'm seeing here, it's funny, it looks like, is that an orange or something that she's tossing up in the air? I don't know, but I'm being reminded of that quote, like, is the juice worth the squeeze? That's something that Taurus has been learning, and like, when it's worth it, it's worth it. And we put our all into that. And then Earth, right? And this is bringing all of that, once again, so many cards about rooting into the physical, grounding all of this learning and wisdom and healing into the physical, and really connecting with that aspect of ourselves. What is worth sacrificing for? Am I ready to take that leap? Yeah. Am I ready to, and this is like when it comes to Taurus's own healing process. Am I willing to go through this next spin of the spiral, right? To see another deeper layer of myself, of my heart, of my fears, right? And go for that journey? Am I willing to go deeper within that and uncover the treasures that are ready and waiting for me, right? Am I willing to go into that lower world, into that upper world? All of that energy, the giving, the receiving, the balance of that. And as a result of all of that work, there is so much goodness here to be had. And it's all firmly rooted in this earth plane, right? Taurus is the most stable and fixed of the earth energies. Really coming into this place of stability and security is what I'm feeling. And I want to look really briefly at the earth, this card, something about the eyes, the stare that this deity has in this card is just so beautiful and profound. When the earth symbol appears, it represents a need to focus on reverence and appreciation for the natural gifts that are coming to you now and always. The concrete world you inhabit is there by the grace of spirit, and you are part of it. Much can be accomplished now when you focus on compassionate, reverent service to the world. If you act with integrity, gratitude, and humility, you will find yourself more prosperous than you can imagine. Success is assured when the earth appears as an invitation. That's amazing. And that's right next to the sacrifice card, right? So this is also about Taurus really coming into our place and coming into our own as far as like what our life mission and purpose is, right? We've been doing a lot of this healing work in preparation for that. And now we're really manifesting, not just when it comes to love, but when it comes to career, when it comes to all aspects of our lives, that is manifesting very concretely in our reality. But it's like this service piece, right? This acting in integrity, this like what is worth sacrificing for? What is it? What is the mark that I am meant to make on the world, and how do I do that? How do I give back, right? I'm seeing sacrifice, but I'm feeling it as service, and really understanding how to be of service in a way that doesn't overly sacrifice and still leaves us nourished and us replenished, right? We don't want to overgive. We don't want to give from a place of lack. We want to give from a place of plenty, from a place of abundance. And Taurus has really been learning that as well. Yes. So just understanding that, and understanding that we are all connected, right? And that working towards that common good, right? Towards that common purpose is so incredibly important right now. And there are so many blessings and what I had to double check. Yeah. As I was saying that, it was 2222 was the time. So yeah, I'm big on numbers, so I'll call them out when I see them during a reading, you guys, if I notice and pay attention. So that's pretty good too. Harmony, balance, right? So yeah, finding that balance, finding that harmony. Definitely, if you guys haven't, check out, I just put out the new moon video. It's very much about that energy as well. But yeah, there's something here with the spiral and the sacrifice. This is something that Taurus has been learning over many lifetimes, is this energy of what is worth sacrificing for, right? And understanding how to sacrifice, not as a negative term, or not as a I'm losing something or I'm missing something, but sacrifice as service. The positive aspect of sacrifice, right? The giving and the receiving aspect of sacrifice. Not the type of sacrifice where I give and it harms me to give. I give something that I don't have to give, right? I give from a place of pain and grief. Not that kind of sacrifice. We've been healing the wounds in our hearts from those types of sacrifice. Either self-sacrificed or forced sacrifice, right? And now we're healing those wounds and coming into a higher vibration and resonance of that, where it's sacrifice that's made for the greater good, but it's sacrifice that comes from that place of a whole heart, that comes from that place of genuinely wanting to nourish the world, to play a role in the world that will help to understanding the way that we are all collectively connected, and coming from that place. And I guess I'm going to read what the sacrifice card says too, because I'm just feeling the energy of that very strongly, and the energy of healing those wounds from that forced sacrifice in the past. To sacrifice means to make sacred. The sacrifice is an offering of gratitude made from the heart, a feast of love prepared for spirit. In olden days, sacrifices sometimes involved rituals in which blood was offered to the gods. The sacrifice asked you to offer to spirit that which is most precious to you. Your offering will be sanctified and returned tenfold. You will be elevated to the altar at which you have been praying and meet the divine at the table with the heavenly feast. You are a welcome guest in this banquet. Your heart, which also came up, right, is the only worthy offering you can bring. Life has been generous with you in so many ways. Your heart, right, the beloved. And so this is the energy. It's getting out of that old negative karmic energy of sacrifice, right, and into this making sacred, right? Offering of gratitude made from the heart, a feast of love prepared for spirit, offering your heart to spirit, to the divine, and this understanding when you offer from that place of sacredness, in that energy, in that spirit, then it's never a sacrifice, right? We never lose. Sacrifice does not mean losing. What we sacrifice, what we give, what we offer, the offering, the sacred offering that we make is then returned to us tenfold. And so that's the lesson that we're learning in this lifetime, is how to get out of that sacrifice energy of lack and force and sadness and grief and into this sacrifice as an offering, right? As a sacred practice and as an act of giving, knowing that we also receive. Nothing is taken from us. More is added to, but we don't do it because we want more added to, right? We do it for the simple fact of doing it because it sets our souls on fire, because it sets our hearts free. And when we release, right, this is a big theme throughout this thing, let the chips fall where they may. When we release, when we give, right, from that space of non-expectation, all of a sudden this glorious bounty is ours to receive. So that is beautiful, beautiful, incredible energy. I love it. I love you guys so much. I am a Taurus sun. So I am loving this energy for all of us. It is so exciting. It's going to be an incredible month. This is the month of our harvest, you guys, or the beginning of that harvest. I can feel the energies. They are so potent. They are so powerful. Congratulations on all the hard work that you have done, Taurus, because it is absolutely paying off. If you would like a personal reading, if you would like an energy healing, please reach out to me. An Ascension transit chart, all of that, my services, as well as my emails listed in the description box below. There's also a link to donate if you feel so moved to donate to my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Likes, shares, comments, they all help to get these videos out to more people. The more the merrier, right? We are creating a community here, a community of light warriors. We are all here evolving and growing together to help this planet evolve, right? To be an active participant in this ascension process. It is so beautiful and so exciting. And the more we share, the more energy is added, the more that magnifies and the more powerful that becomes. I appreciate each and every one of you. Drop a comment. Let me know if this video resonated. I love you. I appreciate you. Yes, I say it a million times when I end these videos because it is so fucking true. And I will talk to you guys soon.